My name is Kennedy. So in this video, we're going to look at the Metasploit Basic Commands. So first of all, let me launch the Metasploit framework by clicking this icon here. Then the first thing I'm going to do is to initialize the database, which is PostgreSQL, which will enable our Metasploit framework to run faster. So I'll just type here service PostgreSQL start, so that the database can start, which will enable our Metasploit framework to run very fast. So it is also recommended when you are trying to use Metasploit framework, try to run the PostgreSQL first of all. Then I'm being given an input field here for my password. This is the root password for my Linux. So our database is running. Now to launch the Metasploit framework, let us type msf console. Let me zoom in a bit so that you can see better. Let me zoom in. Yeah, I think that is good now. So when we're waiting for the msf console to start, we'll look about the basic commands now. As you can see, the starting Metasploit framework and good. Now we have a banner here. This banner is changing at every instance. When you reload, when you restart a server of maybe Metasploit framework, when you start a machine, when you exit from the Metasploit framework and you start it again, the banner will change. So we have different exploits, which are 2007 we have auxiliary modules, which are 1123. We have 352 posts. We have 592 payloads, 45 encoders, 10 NOPs, and 7 evasion. But we'll look at them one by one. But in this lesson, we're going to cover about the basic commands. So the first command we're going to use is help. The help will display all the core commands, all those commands that are being used with this Metasploit framework. So for example, let me just go back the starting point. I have a question mark here. This is the help menu, and we have debug, display information useful for debugging, and we have something like load a framework plugin, quit, exit the console. We have sessions, dump session listing and display information about sessions, something like that. Then you have the set. Sets a context specific variable to a value, which we are going to use in this video. Then we have something like options, also we are going to use in this video. Displays global options for one or more modules, like that. Then we are going to use command also in this video. Interact with a module by name or search term index. So the first command we're going to see here is to show which modules we want to use. So like show auxiliary. And when you use that command to show auxiliary, it will bring all those auxiliary modules which are inside the Metasploit framework. The auxiliary modules have loaded up, and as you can see, there are very many auxiliary modules here. Let me increase a bit so that you can see everything. So for example, we have 845 scanner, port scan, ACK, it is normal, and whatever. And if you can even look a bunch of these all modules, you can use any of them. Like for example, 894 scanner, sub router, info request. But you cannot master all of them. It will take a long time to cover all of them, but we'll cover the specific ones for this video demonstration. So here, let me just search for one of them, which I know it is existing here. And let me just search file Zilla, like that. And as you can see, I have 1, 2, 3, 4 FileZilla modules, because when doing computer science, counting starts from 0. That's why I have 4 of them. So this is 1, this is 2, 3, 4. in indexing format. So, for example, we have auxiliary DOS Windows FTP FileZilla admin user. The disclosure date was 2005. Rank is normal, check is no, description is FileZilla. So let us try use this one. So to use this module, you just type the word or the command use 0. You can specify the name, which is auxiliary, this one here, auxiliary dogs and whatever. But you can even use this number 0, it will still work. So when you type use 0, use is the command and 0 is the number here, or you can specify the name. Then you are being given a red indication of the name of that auxiliary, which means it is existing. That's why it is changing its color to red here. So after the use command, the next command we're going to type here is show options. So show options will display all the options which are required in this type of module. So for example, we have rhosts here, it is required, and we have rport, which is yes, also required. So to change these settings, we will use the command of set. Then set rhosts. Let me say which host are we going to use here. This is now specific for maybe a computer you want to target. For example, a computer in another host operating system, or if you are having something like a virtual image, or if you have a Windows operating system. Like for example, let me try to search the IP address of my Windows operating system on my PC. So I'll just type here cmd, press enter, launch my cmd command prompt. Let me launch this cmd command so that you can have an rhost there. Wait it to load. Now the command prompt has come up. Now to know the IP address of this Windows operating system, just write IP config. And as you can see, we have different Ethernet which are linked to this Windows operating system. So the one we're interested in is this one, Ethernet adapter, Ethernet. So let me choose this one here, IPv4 address. So for example, this is the IP address of our host operating system, the machine you are trying to hack or target. So this is the IP address. So we'll come and specify it here and say 192.168.56.1 and press enter. Then the next is to set our port. Then to set the port, for example, we want to use which port? Let's say 21, because TCP, you can set its port to 21 or 22 or any of port you want, like 444. But for this tutorial, let me just say 21 and press enter. And how do we know that the sets have been successful? We'll just use the show options command again to see if all our sets are good. And as you can see, the rhost is now this one. This is now the Windows operating system or the virtual machine IP address you're trying to hack. And rport is its port you're going to use. So when that is good, what's the next options? The next options is to run. And for example, if we type here run, it will run the auxiliary module. So in this case, there are two ways. If you're using auxiliary modules, you have to use run. But in any case, if you're using an exploit payload, then you use the exploit command. So in this case, we are using auxiliary. So we'll type run and press enter. And as you can see, running module against this IP address of the machine and sending 4,000 packets. This may take a while. So that's how you can initialize the connection between your host operating system and your remote host operating system. And as you can see, the auxiliary module execution completed. So that was a short video, and thanks for watching. Remember to subscribe, like, and share. And if you have any question or suggestion, put in the comment section below. If you have a topic of your choice, a content you want me to upload, put it in the comment section below so that you can handle it immediately. And let me say goodbye for today's tutorial. Subscribe, like, and share.